Okay, guys, well, today's lesson, what we're going to be working with is we're going to be working with area, finding area with using fractions. So, first of all, let's talk about how we find area of a rectangle. On your paper, go ahead and draw. Y'all know Miss Streep's artwork is not the best, but go ahead and draw you a rectangle, okay? We're going to find area. So the way we find area is area equals. Can anybody remember what area equals? Very good. Length times width. All right, so to find area of a rectangle or a square, we're going to find the length times width. So let's just use whole numbers to begin with. On this a rectangle, let's say our width is 3 inches and our length is 9 inches. Okay? So we're simply going to plug in our numbers into our formula. So let's go right below our formula and let's plug them in. What was our length? Our longest part. What was our length? 9 inches. So we're going to say 9 times, what was my width?
3 inches.
3 inches. Very good. So now we're ready to simply multiply to find our area. What is 9 times 3?
27.
27 inches. But we have to do something a little different here. When we find our area, it's always squared. If it's centimeters, it's squared. If it's inches, it's squared. And how you make that squared is you put your 2 right there at the end of your unit of measurement. And the reason we do that is because inches squared, the area tells us everything that's inside the box. Like when we go out to recess and we walk the fence, what are we walking?
The area.
Not the area, no.
Square inches.
No. Hold on. Whoa. Somebody said it. What was it? Perimeter. We're walking only. Hold on. Only the outside. Very good. We're walking only the outside, so we're finding the perimeter. And when we find the perimeter, we just simply add up all the sides, right? Well, when we, at the beginning of the year, let's say that I look at the playground and there's no more pea gravel out there. It's gone. And the pea gravel is what keeps us where we can go outside after it rains and not get muddy because it helps with the ground. If I wanted to know how much pea gravel I needed for that entire playground, would I find the perimeter just around the edges, or would I want to know what's the whole playground is?
The whole playground.
Very good. So I want to cover the whole playground with rocks. So when I cover that whole playground with rocks, I am finding the area. So the area is length times width. Okay? Very easy, and that is inches or meters, centimeters, whatever your unit of measurement is, it's always squared. Okay? All right, so now the only thing we're going to be doing differently, we found area before, is today we're adding fractions to it. And we know how to multiply fractions because that's what we worked on last week. So let me shrink this out of the way. Let me bring my area up here out of the way. Whoop. I'm not shrinking it, I'm making it bigger. This thing is, there we go. Now it's finally getting out of my way. All right, so now, right now, you have a sheet in front of you, a worksheet with some problems on it and some pictures. Go ahead and get those out. Okay, so looking here at our problem, at problem number 1, we are going to find the area of the rectangle using fractions. But can I multiply the way it is right now?
No.
No, why not? What do I have?
The denominators are the same.
That does not matter in multiplication. It is that you're adding. You're thinking adding and subtracting. We're not talking about that. The reason we cannot multiply right now is we have a mixed number. We cannot multiply with a mixed number. Does anybody remember what I told you had to make it last week, Samantha? Mad. Very good. Y'all remember last week where we had to make it mad? Remember, M stands for what?
Multiplication.
A stands for?
Addition.
And D stands for? Denominator. Very good. Alrighty, so now let's look at this. And we are going to multiply and add. What is 2 times 2?
4.
Plus 1 is 5 halves. So we're going to X this out. Why did we X that out?
Because that doesn't matter anymore.
It no longer exists because we have now turned it into an improper fraction. So we are ready to multiply. So I have 4/5 times 5 halves. Looking at this, I'm going to ask myself, do I have anything that I can cancel out?
Yes,
I do. 4 and 2, do they have something in common?
Yes.
What do they have in common?
4.
A 4. No, not 4. 2. Excellent. So we're going to mark out our 2, mark out our 4. What is 2 divided by 2?
1.
Make sure to exit completely out, because once we cancel out, that number no longer exists. Then we're going to take out 4. 4 divided by 2 is?
2.
Excellent. Do we have anything else that we can cancel out up here?
Yes.
What?
5 and
My 5s. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 5 divided by 5 is 1. Now we're ready to simply multiply. What's 2 times 1?
2.
1 times 1.
1.
Very good, but can I leave it like this?
No.
What is the answer?
1 and 1.
No, 2.
2. It's just, you just write 2 as a whole number, because any number over 1 is going to be equal to the whole number, okay? All right, let's take a look at our next question and see how what we think about it. Right now, at your table, I want you to go ahead. All right, so let's take a look at this one and see what we need to do first. Well, we have a whole number, so we know we can't multiply with that. So what do we need to put our whole number over?
1.
1. Very good. So let's just start first by putting the 1 there, okay? Now, let's look at our mixed number. Can I leave it a mixed number and multiply? No. What do I have to put it in? I have to make it mad, and I have to turn it into an improper fraction. So I'm going to say 4 times 1. What's 4 times 1?
4.
Plus 1 is?
5.
So now I have 5/4 times 3 over 1. Who got to this point? Raise your hand. Let me see them if you got here. Okay, good deal. All right, now we're going to say 5 times 3. What's 5 times 3?
15.
15. What's 4 times 1?
4.
But can I leave it like
You
this?
have to make it a mixed number.
I have to make it a mixed number because right now it's an improper fraction. So we're going to say 15 divided by 4. 4 is going to go into 15 how many times?
3.
3.
Which is 12.
3 times 4 is 12. Subtract. 5 minus 2 is 3. So we have, my pen's not wanting to write. 3, well,
3 and 3/4.
y'all give me 1 second. 3 and 3/4. Who got 3 and 3/4? We have 3 and 3/4 is our answer. All right, so now at your tables, I want you to go ahead and look at the next one. I want you to work it and help your table. If you need help, raise your hand. Okay, let's take a look at this question and see what we need to do. All right, first of all, we have a fraction here, but do we have just a fraction here? No. So we have to make that a fraction because we cannot work with a mixed number. First, so what do we need to make it? We need to make it mad. Okay. What's 2 times 3?
6.
Plus 1 is 7. So I have 7 halves. So now I'm ready to multiply. I have 3/4 times 7 halves. Who got to this point? Let me see your hand. Okay. All right. All right, so when we multiply, let's start. Do we have anything that we can cancel out? Can we cross anything out up here?
No.
No, we have nothing we can cross out. So we're going to say 7 times 3. What is that?
21.
4 times 2.
8.
8. But can I leave it like
You have to
this?
divide and make it a mixed number.
I have to divide. Oops. I have to divide and make it a mixed number. So I have 21 divided by 8. How many times is 8 going to go into 21? 2 times. Excellent. 2 times 8 is 16. We're going to subtract, and we get a 5. Our answer is 2 and 5/8. Who got 2 and 5/8? Let me see. All right. Let's take a look at the next problem. Go ahead and start working that at your table. All right, guys. So let's take a look at the next problem that we have here. We have 3/5 times 2 and 1/4. Can I multiply like it is? No. I cannot multiply like it is right now. So I'm going to circle my two fractions so I know, or my two numbers so I know what I'm looking at. What am I going to have to do to 2 and 1/4? Make it what?
Make it an improper.
Make it an improper fraction, and we use make it mad, multiply, add, and denominator. What's 4 times 2?
8.
8 plus 1?
9.
So I have 9/4. What do I need to do to my 2 and 1/4?
You need to exit out.
Because it no longer exists. Because we're not using that anymore. We're just using 9/4. So I'm going to come over to the side and I'm going to say 3/5 times 9/4. Hey, have I got anything that I can cross out? No, I cannot cancel out anything here. So I'm just simply going to multiply. What's 3 times 9?
27.
4 times 5?
20.
But what do I have here? What is that?
Improper fraction.
Improper fraction. So we need to make it a mixed number. So I'm going to say 27 divided by 20. How many times is 20 going to go into 27? 1 time. 1 times 20 is 20. Subtract, we get a 7. So our mixed number is 1 and 7/20 square inches. Who got that one right? Let me see your hand. Excellent. Okay, flip over on the back of this sheet that you're working on right now. And we're going to work a couple more problems that I want us to go over really quickly. Get that out of the way. All right, so the first problem we're going to look at, we're going to need a rectangle. So let's draw a small rectangle. All right, we're going to have, it is going to be 5/8 wide, and it's going to be 3 2/15 long. Okay, look at what you have to do. We're going to work this one together to make sure we've got it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and circle my two numbers that I have just so I can see those. And remember, area above it, let's write area equals length times width. Okay, because that's what we're looking for is the area. All right, well, we have a fraction, we have a mixed number here, and we can't leave it like that and multiply our fractions. So we need to say 3 times 15. What's 3 times 15? 45. Very good. Now add 2 more. We have 47. So we are going to X out. We're going to X this out because it no longer exists, and we're going to put 47/15. Okay? Does everybody see how I got 47/15? I made it mad. I multiplied 15 times 3 and got 45, and then I added 2 and got 47. So now I'm going to go ahead and just multiply, set my fractions up to multiply them. So I'm going to say 47/15 times 5. I said 5. Anyway, 5/8. All right, well, let's look at this. Do we have anything in common?
No.
Look real close.
Yes.
Yes,
5 and
15 and 5. Very good. So we're going to mark out our 5. We're going to mark out our 15. If I divide 5 by 5, what am I going to get?
1.
1. Excellent. So we're going to put a 1 there. If I divide 15 by 5, what am I going to get? 3. Excellent. So now I'm going to say 47 times 1. What is 47 times 1?
47.
47. Excellent. What's 3 times 8?
24.
24. All right, so now what's the problem? What do I have here? I have an improper fraction. It's improper, so we have to divide it out. So I'm going to say 47 divided by 24. 24 will go into 47 how many times? One time. Very good. 1 times 24 is 24. I'm ready to subtract. What's 7 minus 3? 4, excuse me. 3. 4 minus 2 is? Okay, so my answer is 1 and 23 24ths. All right, does everybody see what we've done there? All right, so